Good squad, is the big homie SB23 back at you with some more words of wisdom. Today we're going to talk about your value being created during times of pressure. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. SB23, Chosen 123. Those are both my channels. You'll get these gems on both channels. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for stopping by, hanging out with me, soaking up the knowledge, spreading it to whoever might need it. I'm hoping you're having a good day, and I'm sending love out your way. So we're talking about your value being created during times of pressure. And this one's for my chosen ones, for my extended family out there. For anybody that's going through tough times, you know, you're trying to reach a goal, you're trying to move past some sort of object or whatever it might be, and you might be feeling some pushback or some pressure. What you got to understand is that's part of the scenario, and that pressure is there to fortify you. It's to mold you into something, you know. Excuse me, y'all. Gemstones and diamonds and things of that nature are created with extreme pressure. You know what I'm saying? A diamond is nothing more than carbon that has so much pressure put onto it that it forms into a crystallized figure. You know what I'm saying? And if that gem or that diamond didn't hold up enough, it would be crushed under the pressure that it's being put under. But because it has its own inner strength, the pressure doesn't destroy the gem or the diamond, it creates it. So what am I saying within that is that you are the same. When there's life pressure being put on you within any circumstance, it is put there to mold you into a better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. You know, what is any precious metal found within? It's always usually found surrounded by dirt and sediment. You know what I'm saying? You have to dig into the dirt to find these gems, this gold, these gems, you know, these crystals, all that type of stuff. You have to dig through dirt in order to find the gem. So when things start to break down in your life around you, it's similar to the dirt that's surrounded around you being broken down and moved out the way so that you can be molded into a better version of yourself. And that's all that pressure is put there for. It's put there to see if you're going to hold your own or are you going to fold under the pressure. So you got to be able to withstand the challenges and the things that might come your way, and dig deep within yourself to make it so that you'll have a different outcome than just being crushed by this overwhelming circumstance that came into your life. You know what I'm saying? It could be unforeseen, or it could be something that you know is coming, but because you didn't wilt under the pressure, you didn't retreat, you didn't fold, you stood your ground and you put your head down and you worked your way through it. When you do that, you come out a better version of yourself. You go into it being one type of material, or you're going to it with one sense of makeup, and then when you come out of it, you're the same thing, but it's a different version of that thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it comes down to when you're talking about pressure and how your value is created by it. If you can withstand the pressure, and there's going to be pressure in your life from whatever it is that you got going on in any multiple different circumstances, if you can withstand that pressure and hold your own within that, when you come out of that scenario, because eventually the pressure is going to release. When you come out of that, your value will go from one area to another. You know what I'm saying? It's going to increase because you've been molded into a different substance. But even though you're the same, it's the same makeup, but you've been molded into something that's more valuable. So it's very simple. You know, don't shy away from the pressure. Stand 10 toes, you know. Do what you got to do to make yourself stronger to withstand those times when adversity comes up, or it might be something that you got to, you know, dig deep or go into your reserves to work through. But I promise you, if you can make it through that, if you can be strong and not fold, you'll come out of the scenario with your own increased internal value, and then it'll show on the exterior. Like, people will look at you and they know that you're the same person, but they also know that there's something different about you now. Like, they know that you've been working on yourself and you've been doing the things that you need to do to stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? And by doing that, they can see that your value has increased in whatever area it is that you're working on. So if it's like business, or, you know, even if it's just life in general, even if you're just working on everything within your life, overall, people will be able to see the difference, you know. And that's the thing too, you know, when these gems and diamonds and stuff like that is being made or molded, that's in isolation. It's not around a whole bunch of other stuff. It's like, that's in the darkness. You know, you don't see it actually happening. You know what happens, because we know by research what creates diamonds, but you don't actually see it happening for yourself. You just dig through the dirt, and then when you come across one, you go, oh, this is a diamond, you know, and then you take it and then you shape it and cut it the way that you want to cut it in order to make it even more valuable, you know. So, and that's the thing too, like, when you become, there's always ways to level up. So even when you do come from being this piece of charcoal into a diamond, there's also more levels you can go up from there. So yes, you've increased your value into being this rare gem. And I'm using this as an analogy, you know what I'm saying? You are a rare gem. Whoever it is that I'm talking to, whoever is watching this video, we all are unique in our own ways. So we all have our own cut that makes us unique compared to somebody else. And if you can figure out what it is that makes you unique, and then tap into that, and then work on things to capitalize on your uniqueness, then your value is gonna go up, and to yourself and to everybody that sees you, because now you're walking with a higher sense of value within yourself, and that's radiating out to the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's very simple. Is that concept of not shying away from pressure, you know, not folding under it, making yourself strong physically and mentally, so that when these pressure situations come around, you're not rocked off your foundation, and nothing is going to really get to you too much. You know what I'm saying? You've worked on your emotions, learned how to control them. You know, you've worked on your physical body, made it stronger, so that you know, you're not getting, getting sick as much. You're not dealing with being tired all the time. You know, you've physically worked on your body to where you are now exponentially stronger than what you were, you know, whenever it is that you started that journey. You work on your mental, you know what I'm saying? Work on things that you think, and start to rewire the way that you think about life and the way that you see things, so that when these things do come up, that maybe a pressure situation, or feel like adversity, whatever the case may be, you have so much value within yourself and determination that you know that, okay, you know what to do, you know how to handle it. You don't run from it, you face it head on. You know what I mean? So it's that simple. It's just understanding, first off, that you have value right where you stand right now, and that you can increase on that value by doing the things that you need to do to mold yourself into a rare gem. You know what I'm saying? You're already a unique gem, but now you want to mold yourself into a rare gem to where when people see you, it's undeniable. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see when we look at diamonds and you see like an actual like diamond, it's undeniable. You look at it and you go, man, that thing looks amazing. You know, when it's done right, you know, if it's real, they're like the real diamonds. And you can usually tell the difference because real diamonds have a different sort of shine or glimmer or aura to it. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of tell just by looking at it whether it's real or fake. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, a fake gem or something like that is not going to stand up to the pressure like a diamond will. You know, diamonds can cut glass and all that type of stuff. They're super strong. But if you bring something fake in, it'll shatter like glass. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that principle. You want to do what you need to do to strengthen yourself up so that you can be a rare gem and increase your value, so that, again, when you are out in this world, you're walking with confidence, and you are taken seriously. You know, again, it's something that you can't, when you're on the scene, it's impossible for people not to notice you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you're doing it to be noticed. I'm saying that just comes with the territory. Again, when you see somebody with real diamonds, it just comes with the territory. When you see it, you know, like, man, those are real. Like, you can tell just by the way the light dances off of them, and you can tell by the confidence that somebody has too. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's real, and they know the value that it holds. So they walk with a different essence. And it's the same thing with you and you yourself. When you have worked on yourself and you've taken the time to put yourself in pressure situations, and or when you've been in pressure situations and you work through them, then you create within yourself a higher sense of value, and then that radiates on the outside. So then when you do come around, like I said, and you have this unique aura, it's undeniable, and people are going to see your value from a mile away. As soon as they spot you, there's going to be something about you that's undeniable, and people are going to gravitate towards it because they see the value in you, because you are a rare gem. You know what I mean? So it's that simple. You know, pressure is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. Adversity and going through situations in life that may be unexpected is a good thing. When things start to break down around you, don't get anxious. Don't get too worried. Normally that's a sign that good things are about to happen, because you have to, in order for new things to come into your life, old things have to break down. You know what I'm saying? Old things need to be removed in order for you to have new things come into your life. So if you want to become your own rare, unique gem, then 9 times out of 10 that's going to come with a sacrifice. And think about what I'm saying. When a diamond is created in the ground, and there's that much pressure, everything else that cannot withstand that pressure is going to get disintegrated, or I don't know if I even just said that word right. Forgive me, y'all. I only slept for like 2 hours last night. I feel like I said it right though. But either way, you know what I'm saying. Disintegrated? Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired, y'all. I just came out the gym too for about a couple hours, so we out here. But again, like I said, that's pressure right in there, you know. I only got a few hours of sleep last night, and I still got up and made sure I went to the gym, and I'll put the pressure on myself to maintain that same workout that I've been doing, because I'm molding myself into something that is of high quality. You know what I'm saying? So, and it shows in my physique, in my mental fortitude. Again, I could have called it quits, but I didn't. I said I'm still going to the gym. I'm still going to work. I'm still doing what I got to do, because that's part of becoming a high value person and a unique gem in this world. You know, I'm still on here going to give y'all these words of wisdom regardless, because that's what it's about. It's about taking on that pressure, putting the pressure on yourself to mold yourself into something that is of high value. You know what I'm saying? And it can't be denied. You know, again, when you come around, your energy can't be denied, because you're putting in that time and effort, and you're withstanding that pressure that is put on you in any sort of scenario, whether you're putting it on yourself, like I'm saying that I'm doing, or if life is putting it on you. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you're withstanding that pressure, and it's molding you to be a rare gem in this world. You know, something that can't be duplicated and fabricated. You know, it's rare. It doesn't. You can't find. You literally have to sort through all this material to get to this, and when you get to that, that's what makes it so rare, because not everything is of that quality. You know what I'm saying? So that's the message, y'all. You know, if you're out here and you're dealing with pressure, don't get down on yourself. It's a good thing. It's a good sign that you're actually moving within the right direction, because a lot of times you're going to get tested before your breakthrough. So that's when the pressure comes. It comes to see if you can handle this next level you're going to go to, or are you going to fold under the pressure and revert back to old ways of doing things that you used to do. You know what I'm saying? So when you stick to your guns of working through that adversity and holding your own within that pressure, it's a clear indication to the universe that you're ready for the next level of your ascension. And when you pass that test, you're going to be leveled up into a new space in your world, like a whole new timeline that is nothing like what you've experienced in the previous existence that you had. You know what I'm saying? So again, if stuff starts to break down in your life and it seems like everything's not going the way that you want it to go, that's actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing and I've realized this throughout my life. You know, I used to think that when things were going, you know, falling apart, that something was going wrong. But then afterwards, when you come out of that scenario, when you push past that scenario and then you come out of it and you really think about it, it really actually works in your favor. And it was there to test to see how you were going to handle it. If you can handle this pressure, or again, are you going to fold and not rise up to the occasion? You know what I'm saying? So my advice, don't fold, you know, feel that pressure, but hold your own, stand on 10 toes, stand on business, and stick to your, like I always say, if you follow your words with action, stick to what you say you're gonna do, and I promise you, I guarantee it, that if you do that, your life is gonna change and your value is gonna increase. And again, it's gonna be undeniable. You know, when people see you, you're gonna be radiating this energy of high value out, and they're gonna have no choice but to come to you in a certain way, because they know they can't play within your energy. You know what I'm saying? They know that they're gonna have to come to you correct, because your value is of that stature, you know. And again, think about it, like with the people that you have in your life or that you might deal with, when you know somebody has high value, or they really have a lot of respect for themselves and they're not going to allow anybody to play around in their energy, you approach that person with more respect and honor, because that's what they're radiating, that, you know what I'm saying? But if somebody doesn't have high value, and they don't think highly of themselves, those are the people who get played with a lot. You know what I'm saying? They get played with because they're not exuding value within themselves, because they have low self-esteem. But when you have high self-esteem and high self-worth, and you've been working on yourself, and you know your value, then you're not going to allow anybody to play in your energy, and they're going to feel it without any words being expressed. It's just going to be the energy that it is when you're with them. So they're going to know right off the bat, because what do I always say? Energy controls all. So the energy that you're walking with is going to be exuded from you, and they're going to come correct, because they already know intuitively that they can sense it. They can look at you and see the value that you have, because they can tell that you've been working on yourself, or whatever the case may be. They can tell that you're of high value. You know what I mean? And that's the message that I'm putting out here. You know, the pressure situations are going to help you increase your value if you can withstand those moments. If you can withstand that pressure and work through it, you're going to increase your value exponentially, and therefore within your life you're going to be treated as such. Again, just like if you found a diamond in the rubble in the ground,